Just wonder, ifs, buts, maybe it's at different times. If David Moyes had gone back to Everton after that handshake with Moshiri before they turned to Ancelotti, would they be in the mess that they are now?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think David was made for Everton. Certainly a person who could take Everton and knew about Everton, created the phrase the People's Club.
Frank Lampard has been in charge for 38 league games at Everton now. His return is 35 points, which would take you down. Is it time for a change?
You always ask me that. I think one of the problems that Everton have had since David left, and maybe since Martinez left, is they've changed too many managers too often. But when you've had 38 games, and I look at my club here, and I look at them, and I see the state they're in, can I honestly say that I see what Frank's trying to do? I see where I think he's trying to take the team, and I see improvement from when he took over. The answer to all those questions would be no. So I think now there must be the most pressure ever on the board to change managers.
Farhad Moshiri left today saying, well, it's nothing to do with me, it's not my decision. Bill Kenwright, who's the chairman, but not anymore the sole owner, said, well, nothing to do with me.
So both said it wasn't their decision?
Yeah.
Well, whose is it then?
Well, I'd like to know the answer. You know my feelings about Everton, ownership, and I've said for many months, running into years now, Alisher Usmanov owns Everton Football Club, in my view.
So they're waiting on the nod from Usmanov.
Sanctioned by the British government at the moment, of course, Russian oligarch. I don't know how much of a mess Everton can get into going forward, how much more of a mess Everton could get into going forward. But I get Bill Kenwright leaving and saying it's not me. And he wouldn't make a public announcement anyway. That's not the way to operate.
No, it's not.
But Farhad Moshiri can't not offer something.
No, he can't say it's not my decision.
No.
If you're supposed to own the club, he can't say it's not my decision. It's a ridiculous thing to say to the public, to the Everton fans. Every Everton fan in the world was like, hold on a minute.
Don't forget, he did only last week blame Everton fans for
of course he did.
The number of changes.
And that's the big thing as well, Richard. It's nothing to do with the board, really. If Everton fans feel the way they do, and they have every right to when they see their team here, right? They're the ones that will make a decision whether Frank stays or goes. And Moshiri will have to go along with it. Whoever makes a decision.
I just think I said earlier, when the board start to come under pressure, that's generally when changes are made. By the way, it doesn't get much better, even away from the pitch. That new Bramley Dock Stadium, they still haven't got the funds to finish that. They're out looking for more money in order for that project to get finished.
And it doesn't get any better. Do you know why? You know who we've got next? 2 games?
I do, yes.
Go on. Arsenal. And the derby at Anfield.
So do you leave it 2 more games? Do you make a change now in the break and give someone a free hit for 2 matches?
Or do you get someone in and just try and lift the place?
If he goes, and we don't know that he would, here's one left field. Phil Neville. Knows the club. Been an international team manager. Doing a very good job now in MLS.
Well, I wouldn't throw it out the ballpark. There'll be a few. And the thing for me is, there isn't... I'm talking about Everton. I find it staggering that I'm talking about a club like that. And I'm saying, and there's managers out there that are looking for jobs, top managers like Tuchel, like Pochettino. And yet...
Absolutely not.
I know.
Absolutely
Why not?
I don't. Not. Sadly, this club has, I agree with you, but unfortunately has fallen from the giddy heights where you were able to attract people. And there's an argument, we got Ancelotti. Yeah, but
we only got him part-time until he got a better offer.
Yeah, that was all. He was just treading water.
He was, of course he was.
I don't think you can look that high anymore. I
know, and that's what frightens the life out of me about that club.
And you need 25 points.
Yes, from 18 games.
Yeah.
And they've only got 15 from 20. That's what worries me again with Frank. Has Frank still got the group of players as a one who believe in everything he's saying? They need to find goals from somewhere. There's one of the lowest scorers in the league, Everton. Terrible. Didn't look in open play today, certainly in the first 45 minutes, as if they could manufacture a goal, and looked only dangerous from set plays. So we're talking 38 league games. That's not counting cup ties as well.
Can't run. Tarkowski relegated last year with Burnley. Not all his fault. But you've got O'Neill. You've got players that have struggled in other teams.
Yeah.
Now wearing Everton blood. Andy, I'm scared as well.
I'm scared. Do you know? But I do believe that as a collection of footballers, someone could get a tune out of them. I believe that, but it's whether Frank can or somebody else has to.